This tutorial is going to go over problem 3-12 on page 3-61 in the text. So I want to make it clear as we start to kind of model these um, problems from our textbook into Fusion, that we can start and go from a variety of different directions and different ways, whether we're extruding and creating the object from extrusion, or we're cutting the object, whether we're doing additive or subtractive modeling methods. There are not really any right and wrong answers with this. We will be able to tell what's going on and how that part has been modeled, and which methods were used to model it. But the one thing that I want to point out to you as you do these is try to think of the most efficient way to kind of go through and create these drawings. What do I mean by efficient ways to do it? Well, the most efficient way to do this is and to model these are the ways that are going to more or less create the least amount of clicks to get all of the features drawn. So I'm going to kind of start this particular model from the front view and draw that kind of, I don't know, U-type shape in here, so that I don't have to do any type of cuts, and I can kind of model the whole solid, and then we'll add the holes in from that point. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to start by sketching on the front viewing plane. And I'm just going to use the line tool again, kind of going off of the origin point. I'm going to move this over a little bit. And again, remember from before, we can actually type in the dimensions. Now, notice on this is kind of giving us 200 or 100 our dimensions. So we got to also pay attention. All right, so if this is the case, ask ourselves, what is the sizes here? Well, this is actually in millimeters. So let's come up here to our document settings, and let's change our units from inches into millimeters. So we're going to make this millimeters and click OK. So now we can kind of draw this and make sure that we're kind of using the right sizes and dimensions. So we're going to go ahead and start on this line. This is going to be 200 millimeters. So I can make sure I can then bring this at an angle. Or I can make sure that it kind of auto snaps in there on my at 0 degrees. So I'm going to have it auto snap to 0, left click. So I want to keep the line going this way. It's going to be 45 here. Now notice again, so I can kind of move this around. It auto snaps at the constraint here, at my perpendicular constraint. So I'm going to let it auto snap at the perpendicular constraint. Left click, come this way now. This is going to, I got to do a little math here. So I see in my front view, I see the overall dimension at 200, and I subtract the 160 from it. So I know that this is going to be 40 millimeters here. And again, now let it auto snap for that perpendicular constraint. Left click to place it. I'm going down here now. Notice as I start to create geometry, I do get some other auto snaps. So this is an auto snap at that midpoint right there. So we get some different auto snaps here that's going on as well. So I'm going to start with my line length. Now in this case, I got to kind of work backwards again. I see the 45 dimension, and I got to subtract 20 from that. So this line is going to be 25 millimeters. We're going to auto snap again at the 90-degree point. So left click to place it, and now I'm kind of coming over here. And once again, I got to do some math to figure out the length of that line. Looking at my dimensions on the orthographic view, it's 160 minus 30 millimeters. So this means that this line is going to be 130 millimeters. And again, make sure that auto snaps to basically make sure that that is parallel and perpendicular. Left click to place the line. I'm going back up now here, and we see, all right, well, now I'm at 80 minus 80 is the overall height, so that I see in the side view, in the right side view. And we know that this was 20 millimeters up, so 80 minus 20 is going to make this 60 millimeters. Now notice I hit the enter key there, and that took me out of the line drawing tool. Not a big deal. Let's go back now to the line drawing tool. I can come in here. Notice that automatically gives us our 30 millimeters. That's a clue that we did our math correct. If that wasn't automatically coming in at 30 millimeters, we know that we did something wrong with our math, and come back here and close this feature out. So there is the shape. So I'm going to finish this sketch. So we're going to come to the home button so I can kind of turn the isometric view here. And now I want to extrude this shape. And we're going to extrude this back. This gets extruded 100 millimeters. So, and I'll hit enter to get out of the tool. So there is the basic shape for this. So now I'm going to stop the video here and we'll create the next video where I come in and we'll start to add the holes that need to go into this part as well.